Fingerstyle Thursday. Hello, hello. Today we're in C minor 6 tuning, which actually means we need to change only our E string. So your E string needs to be an E flat or a D sharp. It depends which morning, what mood your tune is in, okay? So basically, that's an E flat or a D sharp. Now you can match it to the 3rd fret on your 3rd string, which will be the same note. So you're tuning your string down to that note. Or if you have a chromatic tuner, just make sure your E string says E flat, EB, or D sharp, D hashtag. And then basically, or go on ukebuddy.com, click on their chromatic tuner if you don't have a chromatic tuner, and tune it that way. There we go, we're in a C minor 6. Tuning sounds delicious. Mwah. Now for the rhythm of this piece, we're in triplets, okay? So triplets are the little guys who are grouped in 3s. Now basically, if you're not sure how to count triplets, triplets are 3 notes squished into where we should have 2 notes. So instead of counting 1 and, we have 1 triplet. Now this might sound confusing, but just consider counting your bar using quarter notes. So we'd count 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in those spaces, you need to say the word triplet, and that should get you 1 triplet, 3 notes. So instead, we're going to count 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 2. Same count. 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So if you're working to a metronome, just make sure it's on a quarter note. 1, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, and then you can fill in the word triplet after that. So there's 2 distinct picking patterns here, okay? The one is sort of reminiscent from Fingerstyle Thursday 4, which this is 14, so I sort of did that as a Easter egg, sure mate, whatever, but basically yes. So our first pattern is basically, it's going to be using your index finger and your middle finger to double pluck the 1st string, okay? So let's just play a C, what looks like a C major chord, but in this key it's a C minor chord, which is a nice open C minor chord, which you can't get in usual tuning. So what I need you to pluck is, I need to pluck string 3 with your thumb, and then pluck string 1, 1, and that's index middle. So we go thumb, index, middle, and that would be 1 triplet. So for 2 triplet, we're just going to actually move our thumb to the 4th string and do the same, 2 triplet. So we need to practice going between those 2 shapes. So let's try that first of all. So we're going to go 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1. And which is counted 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Have a go at that first of all, not moving your left hand anywhere, but just getting used to that 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 triplet. And that is the basics of a lot of this pattern, okay? The other picking pattern that we've got going on, we can keep the same shape, but we're still playing triplets, but we're going to go 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, which again is 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And that is the pattern for the 2nd bit, okay? So that's strings 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. Still with that triplet rhythm, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, so back to our starting pattern, okay? So on the right hand, we're counting 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, which is 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1. But we have some left hand movement going on. Now we need to move from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret to the 6th fret to the 5th fret. Now you can do this without moving your left hand, so you could play index, ring, pinky, ring, If that's uncomfortable, if you're not very happy about using your pinky, etc., then you could go index, ring, 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 or you could literally go index, 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 index. It shouldn't matter. But basically, for the first triplet, you'll be on the 3rd fret. For the second triplet, we then add and go to the 5th. Then we go to the 6th, and then we go to the 5th. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And then for the second bar, we're going to take that shape and move it down 2 frets. So my ring finger's on the 3rd fret, my index finger's on the 1st. And we're going to keep the same right hand pattern. So we're going to go 1 triplet, which is 3, 1, 1, with my ring on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, sorry, 4th string. Then we're going to go 2 triplet on the 1st fret, and then back to the 3rd fret, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So that ends up as 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So that pattern all together, we're going to go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. You will then play exactly the same thing again. We then stay here and we end up with the second pattern, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1 for 1 bar. So we're going to go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And once we've played that bar, we're going to zoom up to the 8th fret. Now, I recommend not using your index finger for this because basically then it's a big job coming back. So I'd use your ring finger or your little finger, okay? So we go up to the 8th fret on the 1st string, and we're going to keep that same pattern that we just played. 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So we end up on the 1st fret. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 8th fret. 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Now on the sheet, you then have a black line with 2 dots. So that means you repeat back to the very start, okay? So that means once you played that 3rd line, you need to go back to the 1st line and play all of that again. So we end up back here again. You'll play all of that, then after the repeat, we have only 2 more bars left. And these last 2 bars are very similar to what we just played. So basically we're back at the 1st fret, and we're going to play our 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. Now, technically in the song, we've just played this, so we've gone 4, 2, 1 here, and then we've gone up to the 8th fret. We then ignore the repeat for the second time, so you move on to the 4th line, we go back down to the 1st fret, and then we're going to go to the 5th fret this time, probably ring finger again. And then just to finish the piece, we'll go to the 1st fret and strum, which is a C minor 7 chord. And there we have it. Triplets, C minor. It's good stuff.